So in the last session, we had discussed about if else statement, which are known as conditionals, or we can say decision making statement. In this session, we will start with the loops, and then we will discuss functions, and then we will solve some questions. Okay. So let's yeah. So now we can start with the loops.
Mhm.
Previously, we had discussed about conditions, or before that, control flow. Control flow are the statements which consist of two other statements, which are conditions and secondly, loops.
Mhm.
Conditionals are if else, and here we have loops. Loops, we have two types of loops, which are for loop and we have while loop. Now, what are loops? Let's say you wanted to iterate something again and again. For example, let's say you wanted to write print hello world 10 times. So in that case, you cannot write, you cannot copy and paste. Basically, you can, but it is not a very efficient way of writing a code. Okay, like for example, you want to print hello world 100 times. Then what you will do, you will first copy and then you will keep on pasting the hello world, print hello world 100 times. So that is not a very efficient way of writing a code. So what we can do in that case, we can use the for loop and while loop. For loop and while loop are mainly for the iteration process. Whenever you wanted to repeat something, then we use for loop or while loop. Okay, whenever you want to iterate something or keep on writing something. Okay, like you have to keep on writing something again and again. Then in that case, we use iterations, or we can use for loop or while loop. So loops are also known as iterations. Whenever you wanted to iterate something. For example, let's say you wanted to iterate, you wanted to print numbers. Okay. So here we have one more function that is known as range. For example, if I put here range from 1 to 10. Okay. And here, if I print this particular thing, print range from 1 to 10. So this range function will not going to print anything. Let me save this file. It's in underscore. Okay, let's say I wanted to print this range from 1 to 10. So I wanted to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 10. So if I run this one, you will notice just range 1 to 10. It is not printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 10. It is just printing the range 1 to 10. So that is
Mhm.
why we use iteration here. Okay, for example, if I wanted to print 1, 2, 3 up to 10, then I will loop through these range numbers. Okay, so if I run here for I in range 1 to 10, and if I print here I, okay, if I run here I, you can notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are the numbers. 1 to 10 means 1 to 9. So you can see we can iterate over loops. We can iterate over this range function with the help of for loop. So now what is the purpose of for loop and while loop? For loop and while loop are mainly for iterating over any list, over any range, over any element. Okay. So what is the syntax of the for loop and while loop? And when we use for loop and when we use while loop? See, the syntax of for loop is let's say I wanted to write something, let's say for. So first with this for I means any variable. You can put any
Mhm.
variable of your choice. It doesn't mean I, you can put any variable. Okay, I, your variable name in and your condition. Or you can see how many times you wanted to iterate the loop. So here comes the condition of how many times you want to iterate, or we can say run the, then we have this semicolon and enter. And then we have this indentation part. Okay, and then we have this code to be executed. So whatever code you wanted to write, you can execute here. So that is like a syntax of for loop. You have this for here and then variable. Variable is I here. You can put any variable of your choice, I, J, K, any variable like name, any variable. But mostly we use I. Okay, I, J, or K. Then you have this variable in and your condition. So this is my condition. Now condition says that I wanted to iterate, I wanted to run the loop 10 times, which means from 1 to 9, 9 times. Because here we have this 1, it will start from 1 up to 9 because it is like one step forward. If I put 11 here, which is 1 to 10 here. Okay, so I wanted to iterate this loop 10 times from 1 to 10. And then
Mhm.
after this is my condition, like how many times I wanted to iterate and what kind of character I wanted to iterate. And then print I. Now what this print will do here. So let me put the print. So this loop will going to run 10 times. Each
Mhm.
time this I will contain one number at a time. For example, first this loop will start iterating and it will see one number. This one number will store inside I. Okay, one at a time. So when this one number will store inside I, we have this print one, which is here 1 year. Print time is one. So when first time this loop will iterate, the one number will store inside I, and then we are printing I here, which is 1 year. Then we have the second number. Okay, after 1 year, 2 year, two will store inside I. Then it is 2 year. We are printing 2 year. Third time will this loop will iterate and this loop three number will store inside I. And then we will print I here, which is 3 year. And 4 year and 5 up to 10 years. This is how this loop will work. Each time whenever you are iterating, you are storing every number one by one inside I. And then you are printing the number I here. Inside I we have these number 1, 2, 3 up to 10 year. Okay, if I run this again, you will notice 1 to 10 numbers here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 10 years, up to 10 years. So this
Mhm.
is how this loop works. Loop is like we're iterating over any condition. In the for loop, we know that how many times you want to iterate a loop, how many times you want to run any loop. So that is my condition here. I wanted to run this loop 10 times, plus I just wanted to insert the number inside I one by
Mhm.
one. First, one number will insert inside I, and then we are printing the value 5. Then the second time this loop will run, and then second time we have this two number. Second number will come inside I, and then we are printing I here, which is second year. Then third number, and then fourth, until this condition becomes false, or we can say until this loop will be over, which is at number 10, this loop will complete. And then we have no number inside I. So in that case, the loop will fully executed. And then the Python will terminate the loop. Okay, so this is how this loop works. Let's say we can take another condition. Let's say I have this string here, string, or let's say name here. Inside name, I'm just putting my name. Say my name here. Now I just wanted to print my name, like my character one by one, like BHABYA. I just wanted to iterate over this name element here. And I just wanted to print one element at a time. First B, then H, then A, and then so on. So in that case, what I can do, I can iterate over this particular name here. So I can put here for I in. I can be any variable here. It can be any variable. Name. Name is this variable which you wanted to iterate. And then we can simply print I here. Because inside I, we have this all the character are storing. If I run this one, you will notice my name one by one. Okay, like this one. My character name my name's character one by one. So here we are iterating, we are just running the loop on top of this particular string. Inside this string, we have this number, inside this string, we have this character here, BHAVYA. So what we are doing, we are just running the loop on this particular string. So first we have this B will store inside I, then H will store inside I, A will store inside I, V will store inside I, then Y, and then A. Okay, so this is how this loop is iterating. And each time we are storing any number, we are printing it again and again until the loop or the name will be completed. Okay, so we use for loop when we know how many times we want to iterate any loop. Okay, so there's a difference in the for loop and while loop. So in the for loop, we know how many times we wanted to iterate the loop. Okay, like here I know that I wanted to iterate the loop until this name will be completed. So that is my condition here. I just wanted to iterate all the characters of my name. Okay, so this is my condition. Or we can say this is, I know. I just know before running the loop that I wanted to iterate over this name and just keep on running the loop until this name will be completed. That is my condition. So here I know that before running the loop, I know that how many times I wanted to run the loop. Let's say we have this name here. Let's say this list here. Inside this list, I have some elements here. Let's say some name of now we can iterate over this particular list. Now here I know that in this list, we have three elements, apple, grapes, and cherry. And I just wanted to print apple, grapes, and cherry one by one within any loop. So I can run the loop on top of this particular list, which I can put for I in list underscore one. And then I can print the value of I, which means whenever we are iterating, this apple will come inside I, then this grapes will insert inside I, and then this cherry will insert inside I. And each time it is inserting, we are printing again and again. Okay, so first for I in list underscore one. So Python will find list underscore one. And here we have this list underscore one. Then Python will insert first element of list inside I, which is apple inside I. Then when the apple will be inserted inside I, we are printing the I here, which is apple will be printed. Then the Python will check out for the second element. Then the second element will go inside I, and then we are printing I again. So the grapes will be printed. Then cherry. So Python will again check for the element. If there's any another element, which is cherry here, cherry will go inside I, and then we are printing I here. This is a loop condition. This is keep on running until your elements gets completed here. And at last, we don't have any element after cherry. So the loop will stop executing here, which means the loop flow is completed here. So if I run this one, you will notice apple, cherry, and grapes. Sorry, apple, grapes, and cherry. Okay, apple, grapes, and cherry here, one by one after another. Apple, grapes, and cherry. Okay, so this is how we are iterating. So we can iterate over string, we can iterate over tuples, list, dictionary, set, frozen set. So we can iterate over any element.
Mhm.
Let's say, let's take our first example. In the first example, we wanted to print hello world 10 times. So
Mhm.
here I can run for I in range from 1 to 11. So I wanted to run this loop 10 times, 1 to 10, which is 1 to 11, which means 1 to 10. And I wanted to print hello world 10 times. So now instead of printing here, I will print hello world. It is not compulsory to always print I. We can put anything inside the for loop. So this will print hello world 10 times. You can see hello world 10 times. First hello world, second, third, and 10th. So
Mhm.
here we are printing hello world. Now, how this code is working? So this loop will run 10 times. Each time this loop will run, we are printing hello world, a static world here. Okay, like we keep on running the hello world until this loop will complete it, until all the numbers are completed, which is 10 numbers. So first time loop will run first time and we will run hello world. Second time loop will run and we will put hello world second time and third time, fourth time until 10th time. We can also put 11 here. Okay, 1 is not compulsory. You can also put 1 to 11. So it will start from 1 until 11, okay, which is we can say up to 11. So we can also put 1 to 11 means 1 to 10, which is here you can put 11, which means 10. We wanted to run the loop 10 times. Okay, so it will automatically start from 1 up to 10. Okay. Is it clear
Okay.
somewhat?
Yes, yes, teacher. Yes, that's clear. That's good.
And this is for loop. The same we can do with the help of while. So now what is the difference in for loop and while loop? See, here we have the syntax of while. While loop is
Teacher,
more complex.
teacher, excuse me, teacher. So, is it possible can we, um, the output is horizontal instead of going down vertical, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How about the horizontal? Can we do that, the output?
Yeah, we can. See, if you wanted to do horizontally, then here we can put,
Yes.
let's say you wanted to print numbers horizontally. So for I in range, we can put from 1 to 11. And here we
Mm-hmm.
can put print I. Okay, so this will run all the numbers one by one vertically. In the after
Yes.
I, we can put here SAP. SAP is a separator here, and we can put space here. So this will can put here.
Very
So we
good.
can
Huh?
use end here, and in this end, so this will going to run the loop like print element one by one. If I put space here in the end here, so this will end with a space like 1, and then space and 2, and then space
Oh,
and then
okay.
3, and then 4,
Cool.
and so on.
Mm-hmm.
If I put here, let's say a comma, and so this will put comma like 1, comma 2, comma 3, and up to 10. Even
Mm-hmm.
after 10, we have this comma here. So end
Mm-hmm.
means we wanted to end this particular loop of with a comma. So first run 1 and then end with comma, which is 1
Mm-hmm.
and comma. Then the second time this loop will run, we have the second and then comma, third and then comma, and so on. So we can also use end here. Okay, you can use and with comma. You can use and with hyphen here. So the number will go as hyphen. 1, 2,
Mm-hmm.
hyphen, 3, hyphen, 4, hyphen, and so on. Like this. So in that case, you can use and.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, teacher.
Here. So now we can use while loop. So what is the
Mm-hmm.
syntax of while loop? We use first. Now when we use while loop. While loop we use when we don't know how many times we wanted to iterate or run the loop, but we know the condition. Okay, so here I can write we use while loop when we don't aware about how many times we have to run the loop, but what we know is the condition. In the for loop, we know how many times we have to run the loop or we have to iterate the loop. But in the while loop, we don't know how many times we have to iterate the loop, but we know the condition. And when this condition becomes false, then we can say the loop has been fully executed. So we mainly
Mm-hmm.
works on the basis of condition. If the condition is true, the loop will keep on running until infinity. And when the condition becomes false, then we can say the loop will execute, or we can say stop executing. So this is like the while loop will totally based on the condition. So the syntax of while loop is, we start with the initial number I equal 1. So this is my initial number. So it is important. So this is initial number. Second, we have this while, and then with this condition here. Okay, so here comes the condition. Condition can be anything. Okay, the condition. And then we have this code to be executed. So whatever we wanted to execute the code. And then we have to increment the value of I, which is increment the value of I. Now, this is the condition here. Initial condition, while comes condition, and then this code to be executed, and then increment the value of I. For example, let's say here also I just wanted to print number 1 to 10. Okay, 1 to 10. But in this case, I don't know that I wanted to run from 1 to 10. I know that I wanted to run numbers until like the number less than 10. So this is my condition. In the previous example, in the for loop, I know that I wanted to run number 1 to 10. Okay, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this condition, I don't know how many number comes under 10, but I know a condition that I just wanted to run the loop until number is less than or equal to 10. Okay, which is, first I will start with the initial number 1, because I just wanted to start from 1 and 2 and 3. Then while I know that I just wanted to run the loop until the number becomes less than or equal to 10. This is my condition here. Okay. So here I am just not, I just don't know how many number comes under 10. I just know a single condition that just stop executing the code until this condition becomes false. And then here we can print the value of I here. And then increment the number 1. So this will run number 1 to 10. See, 1 to 10. Okay, now the difference here is, we have this number 1, which is it is known as initializer, or we can say initialization or initializer, because we wanted to start from any certain point. So this certain point is my I here. Okay, this is my point from where I wanted to start. I can also start from 0. I can also start from -1. I can also start from -10. So I can start from anywhere. It is not compulsory that you are starting from 1. You can start from anywhere. You can also start from number 6 or number 5. So there's no initial point. You have to decide what is your initial point. It depends on a condition or a problem you are solving. Let's say the problem we are solving is, I just wanted to print number which is smaller than or equal to 10. So here I can put number I. Now what is the I contain? Number 1. So now here we are checking the condition. In this, we will keep on checking the condition until the condition becomes false. So now we are checking here if I is less than 10 or not. So 1 is less than 10. Obviously 1 is less than 10. So we are printing number 1. So this will print number 1 here. Then after printing the number 1, we are incrementing, which is we are increasing the number of value of 1, which means here we are incrementing the value of I, which is I equal I plus 1. So this
Mm-hmm.
is a short form of writing this thing. So what we are doing, we are just incrementing the number by 1, which is we are adding one number each time the loop will run. So in the previous case, the initial number is 1. So what we are doing, we are just adding 1 plus 1. Now 1 plus 1 becomes 2 here. Now the current value of I is 2, not 1, because we have updated the value of I here. So this is we are updating the value of I. Now the value of I becomes 2 here. Then we are checking the condition again. If 2 is less than or equal to 10. So 2 is less than again. So the number 2 will be printed here. Then we are updating again. So now what is the current number? 2. 2 plus 1, 3. So now the current value of I becomes 3. So each and every time whenever we are running the loop, we are incrementing the value. Okay. and up to 10. So let's say now this number becomes 10 here. Each time it will iterate. Now the number becomes 9. 9 plus 1, 10. So it will again check for the condition if I is less than or equal to 10. So I is equal to 10, which is 10 is equal to 10, not less than 10. Okay, so we are checking for I is equal also, which is now 10 is equal to 10. So this condition again is true. So we will print
Mhm.
10 here. Now 10 plus 1, 11. Now the number I is 11 here. Now we will check the condition again. If 11 number is less than or equal to 10, now this condition becomes false because 11 is not less than or equal to 10. 11 is greater than 10. So now this condition becomes false and your loop will stop executing. So this is how we are printing one number one by one on the basis of condition. This is my condition here. Now if I remove this I here, now what will happen? This loop will keep on running forever, like until infinity, until the end of the world. Why? Because this condition will never becomes false. Okay, think of this condition. For example, I have this I number here. Now I is 1 here. I know I number is 1. So now we are checking if 1 is less than or equal to 10 or not. So 1 is less than 10. So we are printing I. Then we will check again if 1 is less than 10 or not. Because the I will become 1 again. Like the value of I will never change. It is always remain 1. Because we are not updating the value of I here. So the value of I will always become 1 here. And then we're checking again and again, 1 is less than 10 and 1 will always be less than 10. It is not possible that at some point of time 1 will become greater than 10. It is not going to
Mhm.
happen. So that is why this loop will keep on running until infinity, until you shut down your system. So this will like just fill up your memory and your system will going to hang. This
Mhm.
particular condition is known as infinity loop. So, or we can say infinite loop. So in the infinite loop, the loop will keep on iterating until the condition becomes false. And the condition will never becomes false. So the loop will keep on running until infinity. So that is known as infinite loop. So your Python will keep on running this condition because this condition becomes never false. So this is very, very important that you increment your condition by one. Otherwise, you will end up as an infinite loop. Let me show you an example of infinite loop. See, I'm just not putting any increment here. Okay, now if I run this loop, you will notice 111 everywhere. Okay, if I run this one, you will notice 111. See, so this will keep on running. You can see here, this is keep on running. It is not stopping. So you have to stop, you have to force it to stop here. And your system will become, this will hang your system. Okay, you can see. Now here you will notice 1 everywhere. Okay, if I see my VS Code is also not working because of this condition.
Mhm. Loop.
See, the
Mhm.
window is not responding because of this infinite loop. So we will
Mhm.
keep on waiting. This is an example of an infinite loop. This one will keep on iterating, keep on running until this condition becomes false. Let me restart the VS Code. This is what happened when we keep on running the infinite. We can close it and we can. Okay, here. So this condition will never becomes true. And if the condition never becomes, sorry, this condition will never become false. And if the condition will never false, the loop will keep on executing. So the overall, the while loop works on the basis of condition. If the condition is true, the loop will keep on executing. And when the condition becomes false, the loop will stop executing the code. So that is why incrementing the value is important. So here we can put I plus equal 1, which means we are incrementing the value of I by 1. We can increment by 2 also. So this will skip one value like 1, then we have 3, then we have 5, and then so on. You can see here. It is 1, 3, 5, and 7, 9. It is like we are incrementing by 2 number, which is first
Mm-hmm.
value of I is 1, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7, and so on. So we are incrementing by 2. It doesn't matter how many times you are incrementing, like by which number you are incrementing your value of I, but it is important to make this condition false at particular time. Otherwise, this condition will keep on running and this will, you will end up as a, like with a infinite loop. And this will like just freeze your system. Then you have to force your system to shut down and then you have to restart again. So this can also harm your memory. So make sure to increment this value. So this is like very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
This line is very important. Okay. Is it clear this much?
Yes, teacher.
Now let's take another example. This one more thing. The operation you are doing with the help of for loop, the same operation we can do with the help of while loop. Like let's say there's a problem you are solving. The same problem you can solve with the help of while loop as well. Okay, so we can use for loop and while loop simultaneously, like in any situation. It is not true that you can use for loop at one place and while loop at one place. It is not compulsory. You can use for loop and while loop for the same condition as well, same particular problem as well. But the difference is, or it is not about solving the problem, it is about solving your problem efficiently. That is important. So that is why we have this difference here. The difference in for loop and while loop is, in the for loop, we know whenever you are solving any problem, and in that problem, you know that how many times you have to run the loop. In that case, you will use for loop. And let's say if you don't know like how many times you have to iterate or run the loop, but you know the condition, then in that case you will use while loop. So if you know the condition, then you will use while loop. If you know how many times you have to iterate the loop, then you use for loop. So again,
Mm-hmm.
we can use for loop and while loop in same problem also, in different problem also. But the difference is which problem you are using or what kind of problem you are solving and how you are solving the problem, like how efficiently you are solving the problem. That matters. Otherwise, we can use any loop in any condition, any situation. It is all about when you are using. Okay. So that is like the main difference. It can also be asked in the interviews that when to use follow and when to use value. Okay. So remember, whenever you know the how many times you want to iterate the loop, you use for loop. And whenever you are not aware, like how many times, but you know the condition, then you can use while. Okay. In the while loop, initial point is important. Without initial point, you will not going to, this loop will never run. Because if I remove this initial condition, now this no I here. If I run this one, you will find an error here. This no I. Okay. Because if you have to initialize I here, which is I equal 1. We are telling the Python that there's a variable I. Inside variable I, we have this value 1. So start my loop from 1. Let's say we wanted to start from 5. So we can also start from 5. So this will run 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So initial point can be anything. Incrementing point can be anything, but it can be something. Okay, it is important to put anything. You can put any condition of your choice, but you have to put something here as a value of I, as a value of incrementing. And then here comes your condition. And when this condition is true, run this line of code. We can also run here hello world. Okay, we can put hello world. Let's say, so this hello world will run 10 times. Okay, see hello world 10 times. Because we are running the loop 10 times here. It is not compulsory that every time you are running I here, you can run anything here, any line of code you can execute. This is a condition. So this
Mm-hmm.
condition will run 10 times. The loop will go to run 10 times because of this condition. And each and every time Whenever the condition is true, this hello world will be printed. You can also print I, comma hello world together also. Okay, with this I, comma hello world. You can see one time hello world, two time hello world, three time hello world, four and 10 time hello world. So you can also do this together. You can also use this one. You can here also use AND operator here. Okay. Which is this will run in single line, 1 to 10 like this. Is it clear? The difference in for loop and while loop?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Make sure to clear all your doubts because for loop and while loop are very important and they're like kind of complex topics. Now, we can also use, this is like a basic for loop and while loop. Now, we can also use else with for and while. Let's say we just wanted to run number 1 to 10, okay, which is we can use for I in range 1 to 10 and just print I here. So this will print 1 to 10. Okay. Then after for loop, we can use else also. Else print loop is over. So what this will do, first your loop will execute 1 to 10 and then this else will be printed here, which is loop is over. You can see here, loop is over. So first, the for loop, the Python will iterate over this for loop 10 times, 1 to 10. And then at last, it will print else condition here, which is print else. Else print loop is over. So we can also use else to tell the user that loop is over. Okay, you can also use without else also. Okay, you can use without else also. You can see loop is over. Make sure to put this print before like outside the for loop. This print here is inside the for loop because of this space here. You can see the space here. This space is telling us that this print I is inside the for loop. If I put a space here as well, now this print again, this statement is also inside a for loop. So you can see what will going to happen. One will run, then loop is over. Two will run, loop is over. Three will run, loop is over. So every time we are running this loop, we are running this loop is over also. Which is first, this I will execute, then this loop is over will execute. Then second, two will run, and then second time this loop is over. Third and fourth and so on. So make sure to put this print statement outside of a for loop. Otherwise, this will come inside for loop. So if I run this one, you will see loop is over after the for loop. So that is why we use else here to avoid the confusion here. Else print loop is over. Okay, loop is over here. Same as we can do with the help of while loop. You can use while. You can use here I equal 1. You can use while. I is less than equal to 10. We can put print I here. We can increment the value of I. And then we can put else here. Print the loop is over. Okay, we can put end here just for running this in one line. You can see. Also, this is infinite. There's something wrong. Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Sorry.
Teacher.
Here I put 1, not I. So that is why this condition is.
Oh yeah.
I have to put I here, not 1. Now 1 is always less than 10. So that is why there's a infinite loop here. Let me restart this figure. This is a problem with the while loop. A slight mistake will end up as an infinite loop.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put I, not 1. Okay, you can see 1 to 10 and loop is over. So this is how we can use else statement with the while loop and for loop. Then
Mhm.
we can also run any number of statement here. Let's say after this one, we can also print another statement. The or we can just put else, or we can just put here, let's say out of this statement is outside of the loop. If I run this one, you will notice outside of loop. So this one is outside of your loop. This is else statement, and these are inside of a loop. Okay, this I and this one is inside of a while loop. And then you have this else. Else statement is outside of your while loop. It is not inside, it is outside of your while loop. Okay. Then we have this nested loop. Nested loop is like loop inside loop. So nested loop again are very complex as compared to the simple loop. So let's say we have this condition here for I in range. And we wanted to run loop 4 times. Okay, like let's say from 1 to let's say 6, 5 times. So this is my first condition that I wanted to run this loop 5 times. Inside this loop, I'm creating another loop which is for j in range and 1 to 10. And then we are printing the value of I, comma j. Now see what will going to happen. So we have two loops here. Okay, so first I will run this one, then I will show you. See, each time, first this is the loop. This is the outer loop. Okay, this is known as your outer loop. And this is the inner loop. Now the condition says of the outer loop that run this inner loop inside, like run this inner loop 5 times. Because this is 5 times. We are running from 1 to 6, which means 1 to 5. So this loop, the outer loop will run 5 times. But this inner loop will run 10 times. Which means 10 into 5, 15 times. Sorry, 50 times. You can see 50 numbers here. Why? Because first time this loop will run, and whenever this loop will run, each time this loop will run, and inside loop will run 10 times. Which means first time this loop will run, and inside loop will run 10 times. Then second time this loop will run, and then this one inside loop will run again 10 times. Third time this loop will run, and the inside loop will run again 10 times. So this inside loop will run each time 10 times until this loop will execute completely, like until 5 times. So that is why you will notice first in the for loop, in the outer loop, we have this value of I. We have this value of I. Inside I, we have this number 1 here. Number 1. So this number one will remain static until this condition becomes false, which is for j in range. So inside this j, we have this number 1. Okay, we have this. Now I become 1 only. Okay, I is 1. The value of j will keep on changing because of this inner loop. So inside j, we have this 1. Inside j, we have this 2. Inside j, we have this 3. But I value will remain static because of this loop here. So this loop will hold down until this loop will complete. Then I value will become 4. Then I value become, sorry, j value becomes 5. I will 1 and j is 6. I 1, j is 7 and so on. Until I is 1 and j is 9 here. Okay, because 9 times. Sorry, this is 9 times. Then this loop is completed. Then we will move to the outer loop again and we will check that the value of second year again. After 1 we have 2 here, then I will become 2. Then again this loop will run 10 times. 2 with 1, 2 with 2, 2 with 3 and so on. So that is why the same you can see here. 1, this is value of I and this is value of j here. I and this is value of j here. I and then second j. I third time j. I fourth time j. And this is I will run like basically I will going to run 5 times, but the inner loop will work 10 times, which, sorry, 9 times. You can see 9 times with the first loop. So you can see this one, sorry, we can see this one, 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 two, one, three, and then let's say, and so on. And then with this, sorry, then with this two, one, two, 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 three, and so on. Up to this will run up to five, five, one, five, two. So the outer loop will run 5 times because of, you can see 5 here, and inner loop will keep on running 10 times. You can see, sorry, 9 times. Yeah, this one time. This is, I'm talking about outer loop. One time. Okay, this is second time. You can see the third time, fourth
Mhm.
time, and fifth time. This is the outer loop. The inner loop will keep on running 10 times. Each time the outer loop will run. So this is an example of nested loop. Okay, it is a slightly complex. So with this outer loop here, let's say, let's take another simple example. Let's say we have this list underscore one here. Inside list, we have some elements. Let's say apple. We have this banana. We have this cherry. Okay, we have this numbers here, like a list here. Now I will use for, just a second.
Like battery strong. Hello, teacher.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So we have this list here, and in this list we have this apple, banana, and cherry. Now I'm running this loop for I in range. I just wanted to run this loop 1 to 6 times. Inside
Okay.
this loop, I'm running another loop, okay, which is for j in range, j in list underscore one, and then I am printing the value of I comma j. Now you will see. So the outer loop, this outer loop, this is the outer loop will run 5 times. But the inner loop will going to run 3 times each time the outer loop will run, which is, this is the inner loop. Now, why the inner loop will run 3 times? Because of 3 elements inside the list. Okay, 3 elements. So 3 times. Okay, inner
Mm-hmm.
loop will run 3 times with
3 times, yeah.
five
With
times.
five times,
Five times
yeah.
because of outer loop, which
Mm-hmm.
means 5 multiplied by 3,
3.
15 times. So this overall result you will find 15 times. If I run this one, you will notice, okay, you can see one apple, one banana, one cherry. This is 1 1 1, you can
One.
see because of the outer loop, and apple, banana, cherry because of the inner loop. Then second apple, second banana, second cherry. Third apple,
Mm-hmm.
third banana, third cherry. Fourth apple, fourth banana, fourth cherry, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is how we are running. This is an example of nested loop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher, clear. So,
Okay, let's say I just wanted to print any pattern with the help of for loop. So I can put here, let's say, for I in range. So I will going to run this one, 2 rows plus 1. Now what is rows here? Let's say we can define rows equal 5, which means here we are running this loop 6 times, which is 1 comma 6. Because
mm-hmm.
what is row? Row is 5, 5 plus 1, 6. Okay, and then here we can create an inner loop, let's say for j in range. Now let's say I just wanted to print j 1 comma I plus 1 times. Okay. Now what is I here? I is this number here. Okay, and then let's print some pattern here. Print, you can put a star here. And here I just wanted to end with empty space. And then here we can print again an empty space. So you will notice a certain pattern. You can see this pattern. Now, what is this pattern? It is just a pattern here. Okay, like in the first line we have 1 star, in the second line we have 2 stars, in the third line we have 3 stars, 4 and 5. So you can see this loop is running 5 times. Now, how this loop is working? See, first we have this rows here. Row is 5. Okay, which is 5 here. So this is my variable. Now the outer loop will run 1 to 5 times. Row plus 1 means 6 here. So it means 5 times. So the outer
Mm-hmm.
loop will going to run 5 times. Then inside the inner loop, we are using j in range 1. So it will start from 1, okay, which is here. It will start from 1 to, okay, 1
Oh.
to value
Mm-hmm.
of I plus 1. Now what is I? Now each time your I will change. So first time your I will become 1 plus 1, 2 here. So I to 2 here. So here you can see the loop will going to run 1 time only. Okay, which means first time you will print 1 star only. Okay, 1 star. That is why you can notice here the 1 star only. Because of this 1 year. Because the outer loop will going to run 1 time and sorry, 5 times. So this is the first time the loop will running. Okay, the first time. But the second loop, which is the inner loop, will only run 1 time only. Because of this condition, you can see 1
One plus
to 2.
one. Yeah.
So what is
Oh
this
yeah.
1 to 2? Which means 1 time. Okay, which is
Mm-hmm.
1 to 2 means 1 time. So the inner loop will run 1 time only. Then the second condition, now for I in range, this will run second time. Okay, your second time. Now what is the value of I becomes? I becomes 2 here. Because of the I will run second time. So the value of I becomes 2 here. And here now we can change from 1 to I plus 1. 2 plus 1, 3. So you can see this will run now second time. This will going to run second time, 2 time. So which means 2 star here. You can notice 2 star here.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are ending with nothing. So this will like to merge into 1, 2 times. Then the third time your loop will run, your outer loop and your inner loop, which is your inner loop will run I plus 1, which is I is 3, 3 plus 1, 4. So this will run 3 times. Okay, so here you can see 3 star here. And then 4 times this loop will run and 4 plus 1, 5. So here your loop will run, like inside loop will going to run 4 times, which is you can see 4 star here. It is running 4 times only, but the star are printing in 1 line only because of this AND condition here, this AND here, AND function here. Then at last your loop will going to run fifth time, 5 plus 1, 6, because of this I, 5 plus 1, 6, and then this will run 5 times. And here we have this 5 star here. And here each time we are running, we are just ending a new line. Okay, if I remove this, you will notice everything in 1 line. If I run this one, each and every star in 1 line, you can see. So
Oh
that is why
yeah.
I'm just putting a print here. So this will keep on adding a new line. So this is for adding a new line here. Okay, so this
Mm-hmm.
is one new line. If I run this one, you will notice the new line here. So this print statement is inside the outer loop, not the inner loop. So this
Mm-hmm.
print statement is inside the inner loop, and this last print statement is inside the outside loop, which is the outer loop.
Correct.
You can see here. Okay, because of this indentation here. This is inside this loop. Even you can see the line here. This is inside this inner loop, and this one is inside the outer loop. So this is just for adding a new line. If I remove this one, you will notice everything at 1 line only. Okay, just
Mm-hmm.
1 line. But we want a new line, so that is why I'm just putting print a new line here. Okay, you can see just a new line. So after each and every iteration, we want a new line. So after first iteration, we want new line. After second iteration, we want new line. Third iteration, we want new line. So that is why it is breaking and it is starting from a new line like this. So this is again an example of a nested flow.
Mm-hmm.
Is it clear?
Teacher, question, teacher.
Yeah.
So look at did you see the output, teacher? Right? Five times, right? Like, can we make another side, like a copy from left to right, to make it like a triangle or like a Christmas tree, huh? We can.
Yeah, yeah. We can do it. In that case, we have to add spaces. Okay, we
Oh,
have to
okay,
add
please.
spaces. Let's say if I add space here, you can notice space here like this. So now you
Mm-hmm.
can bring this one in the middle and then you can just, it depends on your condition. Okay, like, yeah, like
Okay.
this condition. Okay,
Yes.
so you can try your own pattern. Okay, and if you find any problem, you can ping me on WhatsApp. So you can
Yes.
try any pattern, any kind of pattern. It
There
totally
you go.
depends on your how many times you want to run your outer loop and your inner loop.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good. Thank you, teacher.
Then we have break and continue statement. Now these are known as statements. Now what is break and continue? Let's say I just wanted to run number, like I just wanted to run the for loop 1 to 10 times. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When the number, let's say when the condition, let's say I'm just putting a condition, when the number 3 will come, the loop will stop executing automatically. So that is a break condition. For example, let's say if I run here for I in range from 1 to 11, which is 1 to 10, I just wanted to print I. But now here I can put a condition. When I becomes, if I is equal to, let's say 5, then break the statement. So now you will see here 1 to 5 only. 1 to 5 because here I put an additional condition here inside the for loop. Now the condition says when I becomes 5, when the value of I becomes 5, which is I is equal to 5, break your for loop. Just break your for loop, which means stop executing your for loop. So whatever comes after 5, please stop executing. That is a whole purpose of break loop. Break statement here. Break is in case if your condition is true in any point of time, stop executing the for loop. So that is a break statement here. If I put continue here, continue will skip your value. Continue will skip your value. Skip the value 5, which means we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I run this one, you will notice all numbers. Sorry. In that case, you have to run this print here. Okay, if I run this one, you will notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, no 5 here. Because I have put a condition here. If the number, if I becomes 5, please skip the value 5. So the difference in the break and for continue is break statement will totally break your loop here. But continue will skip that value, skip that particular condition. That is the whole purpose of break and continue. Let's take another example for the while loop. Let's say we have this while loop here. The condition says if I is less than equal to 10 here, print the I and then also please increment the value of I here. And then if the value of I becomes 5, then simply break the loop. This is my whole loop here is. Now here I'm saying that just run the loop. Okay, run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when this condition comes, okay, now you know how your code will flow. Your code will flow from top to bottom. Okay, from top and bottom. So first this line will execute, then this line, then this line, and then this line, and then this line. This is how your code will flow from top to bottom. So here, with this value of I, which is 1 here, and then with this value I is less than or equal to 10. This is my condition. and I'm printing I. So first I1 will print, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And we are also incrementing value. Now when this I, the value of I come to 5, which means when your I becomes 5, when your I is equal to 5, then please break your loop, which means this will break your loop. This will not iterate again on value number 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. If I run this one, you will notice 1 to 5, 4 only. 4 because here we are just when the I becomes 5 here. Okay, now here you can see the flow of code. First, your I is 1. Okay, then here we are printing I is less than or equal to 1. So 1 is less than equal, 1 is less than 10. So it will print I and then increment the value 5. So now I becomes 2 here. Here only the I becomes 2. Then we are checking for the second condition. If 2 is less than 10 or not, yes, 2 is less than. So 2 will print it here. Then 2 plus 1, 3. Your 3 will come here. At this time, your I is 3 here. Then we will check this condition again. If I is equal to 5, so I is not, 3 is not equal to 5. So this condition will skip and move to the while loop. So 3 will print here. Then we have this, so this 3 will become 4 here. Now we will check again. If 4 is equal 5, no, 4 is not equal. So it will again check this condition. If 4 is less than 10, yes, 4 is less than 10. So 4 will print here. Then we will increment value of I become 5. Now we will check if 5 is equal to 5. Yes, 5 is equal to 5. Then break your loop here. So here we are breaking a loop without before printing the value of 5. You can see. If you want to print the value of 5. Okay, if you wanted to print the value of 5, so simply print here. Put your statement here. Like this. Let's see. You have to increment. Let me put here this I. We have to increment after the if condition. So we can simply increment here after the if condition. So this will going to run 1 to 5. Okay. You can see this will run from 1, 0, 1 to 5. 0 because of this 0 here. So let me put 1 here. So this 1 to 5 here. So make
Mhm.
sure whenever you're putting the if condition or the break condition here. Okay. So here we have this I here, and then we are printing first. After printing, we are checking the condition, and then we are incrementing the value. So this is like a code flow of yeah, code of flow. First we are printing, then we are checking the condition, then we are incrementing. If you increment first, then you check your condition, then 5 will not going to execute. Just like in the previous example. Okay, so just by changing the position of your statement, you can change the entire code of flow. Sorry, flow of code. Okay, so this is like a break. If I put here continue will like just skip your value. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because this condition will come true and continue will skip your condition. You will have, sorry, this is again infinite. We have to run this condition. We have to increment before this condition.
Mhm.
Let me restart this window. So be careful whenever you are using like while loop with the condition. Now it is giving us the infinite loop because of this increment value here. We have to increment before here, like here. You have to increment here and then we can run this loop.
Mhm. You skip the 5.
Print, text print. If this I is less than 1, then increment and then no notification clear and then increment and then check for completion. Or what we can do, we can check in the starting as well here. Then print I and the increment comes to 5. Check. This will again end up as an infinite domain. So what we can do, we can increment here, we'll start. And then we can print it. Okay, now you can see we have this loop here. But it is starting from the 2 here because of first we are incrementing the value. So we can start from 0 here. Okay. So now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And we don't have 5 here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So here we can just remove this equals 10. So you can see 1 to 10 here. But there's no 5 here. Okay, there's no 5 because of this condition. So here we are saying that start from 0. Then check first. First check your while condition. If I like 0 is less than 10. So 0 is less than 10, then increment. So we are just first incrementing. Now 0 becomes 1. Okay, now 0 becomes 1. Then we are checking the condition. If 1 is equal to 5, no. So this will not run. This print statement will execute 1 here. Then we are checking for the first condition because now I is 1. So we are checking if 1 is less than 10 or not. So 1 is less than 10. So now we will increment the I value to 2. Now we are checking if 2 is equal to 5 or not. So this condition is false. So 2 will be printed as it is. Then we are checking for the second condition. If 2 is less than 10 or not, yes, 2 is less than. So this line of code will execute and we have this 3 here. We are checking again if 3 is equal to 5 or not. So again it is false. So we are having 3 here. Then 4 and 5. Now if this 5 here, 5 is again less than 10. Okay, sorry. 4 is again less than 10. We have this 4 here. Increment by 1, which is 5 here. Now we are checking if 5 and 5 are equal. So 5 and 5 are equal. So we are running this continue here. Continue means this will escape the value number 5. And then if the value will escape, so this line will not execute direct. This line will execute here, which is we are checking again for 5. 5 is less than 10. Yes, 5 is. So it will become 6 because of incrementing value. Then we are checking if 6 is equal to 5. No. So 6 will print it here. So this is how the value of 5 will escape here. Okay, it is like we are skipping the value 5. So in the continue, we skip. Whenever you wanted to skip any value, you can use continue. But whenever you want to break your loop as per any condition, then you can use break statement. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher. This is similar to the for loop also. Skip the value of
Yes.
5.
Same goes with the for.
Mhm.
So it is like slightly complex.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we can also use range. Let's say we have this for I in range. If you want to skip your value, we can also use range. Let's say I just wanted to start from 1 to 11, which is 1 to 10, and I wanted to skip one value, which is 2. If I put one value means no skipping. Two value means one skipping. Then I can use print I. So this will going to run 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, then 9. You can see. If the syntax error. Okay, you can notice 1, 3, 5 because we are skipping one value here. So we can also use range function. Range function is same like in like slicing. We are skipping one value here. Okay, if I put here 3, so we are skipping two values, which is 1. We have 2, 3 will skip. We have 4, 5, 6 will skip. We have 7 like this. You can see 1, 4, 7, and 10. So here we are skipping two values. So 3 means two values skip. 2 means one value skip. So we can also use range function. Let's say I just wanted to print 100 number. 1 to 100. which is 1 to 101, which means 1 to 100. And I wanted to, let's say, skip 5 values. Okay, which means 4 value, 6 means 5 value. So this will run 1, 1, 7. We can put here, let's say, 5. I just wanted to skip, let's say, 4 values. 1. Okay, then it will skip 4 value, 2, 3, 4, 5 will skip, then we have 6 here. After 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 will skip, we have 11 here. Okay, so here we are skipping up to 4 values up to 100. So this is like skipping the 4 values. So you can also use range function for skipping the value. Let's say there's any situation whenever you are creating any loop and you don't know what you wanted to execute. You know the condition, but you don't know what you wanted to execute. So in that case, you can use pass statement. You have this pass statement, which is we have this for I in range, let's say 1 to 11. Now here I'm not sure what I wanted to run inside the for loop. So I will use pass. Okay, if I remove pass, this will throw the error because it is compulsory to put something inside for loop or while loop. If I run this one, you will notice a error here. So if you wanted to use a for loop, but you're not sure what you wanted to put, you can use pass. Pass means you will fill it after, let's say you know the condition later in the while writing your code. So you can remove your pass and you can write a condition or your statement. So pass we use whenever we want to write something, but we wanted to write later on, not in the current situation. So in that case, we can use pass. Pass means do nothing. Okay, just do nothing. So this will not throw the error. But if you remove pass and you will leave this empty, this will throw the error. So that is why you cannot leave this for loop or while loop empty. So if you wanted to write something later on, you can use pass here. Okay, the pass statement. So pass will not going to do anything, but it will just pass. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher. Do we need that in the program, teacher, the pass statement?
Yeah, in the if also we are passed. If I check, let's say for the odd number equals, equals 0, you can use pass here. Pass you can use anywhere, like in the if condition, in the elif, else, or in the for loop, while loop, in the functions, and so on. Okay, you can use pass here.
Mm.
Is it clear this much?
Yes, teacher. So can I see the output of that one, teacher? Can you run, please?
Yeah, the output will nothing
Mhm. Oh,
because we are
nothing.
not putting anything here. If I put here, let's say print I, so this will run something. Okay, this will bring something. But if I use pass here, so this means if this condition is true, do nothing. Okay, for
Mm.
now, do nothing. You can fill it later on. You can put something later on whenever you're writing your code. But at this point of time, do nothing here. Okay, you
Okay,
can see
I
pass here.
understand. Mm-hmm. Okay, I understand, teacher. Yeah, thank you. Got it.
Now let's do some questions on the for loop. See, I let's say we can write a question, right? Program to run to print table of 3 with the help of for and while. Now, for example, I just wanted to print the table of 3. For example, I just wanted to print 3 into 1 equal 3, like this one. 3 into 2 equal 6. Up to 3, 9. Up to, let's say, 3 into 10 equal 30. So
Mm-hmm.
this is what I wanted to print. I just wanted to
Okay.
print the table of 3 up to 10.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So how we can do this with the help of for loop? So let's create a condition. It is very easy. We can use for I in range. Okay. Now what is I here? Your number here, which is your this number 1, 2, 3. You can see this number 3 will remain static here. So we can put a number here. Let's say table equal 3. We want table of 3 here. Okay, so this
Okay.
number will remain static here. 3 only. For I in range, we want to run range from 1 to 11. Then I just wanted to multiply the 3 with I. So I can put here print. We can put here first this table here, which is this table.
Table.
Okay. And then comma. And then we can put this multiplication sign as it is. So we can put a string here and a multiplication sign. Then we can put a comma. And here I can put I here. And then I can put a comma. Then we can put equal sign here. Then I can put comma. Then I can like multiply table multiply by I. Okay, so if I run this one, you will notice table of 3.
Wow.
You can see 3 into 3, 3 into 6, 3 into 2, 6, 3 into 3, 9, up to 3 into 10, 38. So you can notice here, first let us put table here. Table is a static number, a constant number 3. So this 3 will run as it is, 3, 3, 3 everywhere. Then you have this multiplication sign. This multiplication sign is again remain as it is without any change. That is why I put a static sign here, a string here. Okay, a string here. Then I will run. It is like it will keep on iterating number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this one. 1, then 2, and then comes 3, and then 4. And then equal sign will become as it is. Okay, this is a string here. We are not doing anything with this sign or this sign. It is just a sign here. We are just a character here, you can say. And then we are just multiplying the table, which is number 3, into your I, which is 3 into 1, 3, 3 into 2, 6, 3 into 3, 9, and so on. So the actual calculation is going here. If I remove this line of code, let's say this one, again we have this entire calculation, but without any value. You can see
Mhm.
3, 6, 9. We have this multiplication table, but without anything like any 3 into 1 equal sign 3, 3 into 2 equal sign 6, and so on. So we have the multiplication table here as well, but without any uh, like designing, or we can say formalities here. So we can put like this one to put the actual table like 3 into 1, 3, 3 into 6, 2, 6, 3 into 3, 9, and so on. Okay, so this is how we can use, we can run a table here. Now let's
Mhm.
say I just wanted to ask the table from the user. I just wanted to ask like from the user which table you wanted to print. So I can take input here. Okay, I can put here input. I can take a user input here. Okay, here I can put please enter the number, enter the number of which you wanted the table. So we can just put here. Please enter the number. Then I can replace. Now everything will be same here. If I run this code here, you will notice, let's say, let's move inside desktop, kill the screen. Here you can use Python loops.py. Now enter the number. Let's say I just want the table of 5. I will put 5, and you can see with this table of 5. 5 into
Mhm.
1, 5, 5 into 2, 10, 5 into 3, 15, 5 into 4, 20, and so on. So this table of 5. Let's say I just want table of 99. So this the table of 99, 10 times. Now I just want table not 10 times, I want table up to 20 times. Or that also I just wanted to ask from the user, like how many times the user want table, like 20 times, 30 times, and so on. So I can put another condition here. Let's say ending number. Let's say ending here. Let's equal. I can put here int enter the number. Enter the ending number. And here I can replace this ending number with this one. Ending here. Ending plus one. Like this. Okay, now you will see, here I can just remove clear here. Now let's say I just want number, I just want table of 3, but I want table of 3 20 times, like 3 into 11, 3 into up to 20 times. So I can put 20 here. So now you can see table of 3, you can see table of 3 up to 10 and then 20 times. So I just want table of 3 20 times. So this is, we are putting a ending condition also. Okay, like how many times you want to print your table. Then let's say I just wanted to put an initial condition as well. I just want to start table from 5, like 3 into 5, 3 into 6, 3 into 7, so on. So I can put an initial condition as well. Let's say initial equal. Here I can put, copy this, and here I can put, enter the initial number. Okay, initial number. Now in place of this one, I can put initial. Okay, now everything is same. If I run this again, you will notice we can run this code again. Now let's say I just want the table of 6. And I just want table of 6 up to 15 times. I can put 15 here. And then from where I want to start the table of 6. Let's say I just wanted to start the table of 6 from 4. Now you can see 6 into 4, 24, 6 into 5, 30, 6 into 6, 36, 42, up to 6 into 15, 90, which is I am running. I'm just fully like customizing the table while initializing the table with any number, ending the table with any number, entering any kind of table here. So I'm asking everything from the user. Let's say I just want table of 7 and I just wanted to end up to, let's say, 8. And let's say I just wanted to start from 4. So you can see 7 into 4. Here I am starting from the 4. So initial number is 4 here. I just want up to 8 here. So the ending number is 8 here. And then I just want table of 7. So you can see 7, 7 everywhere. It is table of 7 up to like 8 and starting from. Is it clear?
Yes, very clear, teacher. Thank you.
So this is how, like, we are just customizing the fully table with the help of for. The same we can do with the help of while. So how we do with the help of while? We can simply use while. Sorry, first we will initialize the number. Okay, then we can use while I is less than equal to 10. Okay, let's say we want table of 10. Then I can just print here I. Let's say here I can use another variable table equal. Let's say I want table of 3 here. So what you have to do here to simply copy this one and you can paste here. Okay, the same thing here. And then increment your value of A. So this will again run. You can see table, the same output here. The table 10 times or table of 3 here. Same as you can ask with the user what kind of which table he or she wants. So here we can take this from the user. Then we can also take initial number from the user. This is your initial number. So let's say I just want initial number taking from the user. And then again I want ending number taking from the user as well in the while loop. And here in place of 10, we can put a ending condition here. That's it. Then everything will remain the same here if I run this one. Okay, let's clear the screen. Now this is while loop. Here, let's say I just want table of 5 and I just want to start table from 3. Start table from 3 and end up to 8. So you can see we have this starting from 3 up to 8 and it is the table of 5. So you can see we are having the same output, same condition, but different loops here. Okay, you can see we have different loop, but different loop, but the method is different here. Same as you can see, same output, different method, different loops here. So the same you can do with the help of for loop and while loop, but make sure to change your condition here. Here we are using this condition and here we are using this condition. In the for loop, we are using range. In the while loop, we are using the condition here. Is it clear?
Yes, clear, teacher. Thank you.
Now, so this is a question for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
A program to print even numbers, only even numbers up to from 1 to 100 using both loops. So this is the question for you. Okay, try to do it by yourself. Okay. Okay, do it now. You have to create a loop, for loop and while loop both. And those loop will run like print even numbers from 1 to 100. Like even number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. So you just wanted to, I just want even numbers up to 100 from 1 to 100 using for loop and using while. Okay. Is it clear the question?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so try to do it now. If you want, you can also share your screen.
Yes, let me
So this
share
is your
this.
question. If you want, you can. Otherwise, you can take hint from here. Okay. Just you can take hint from here, like what is the syntax and what is like how you can use for loop and how you can use while. So let me show you the simple example. So these are all simple examples. So you can take hint from here and you can start doing your writing your answer.
Check. So for loops. Hi, teacher.
Yes.
Can I take a control? I want to scroll your screen.
Yeah, sure. You can ask for the permission.
Okay.
There's option of remote control. You can click that option. You can take the control.
Yeah, can you give me a can I control your screen? Just
Yeah,
wanna
there's an option of check your zoom. There's option of like taking the permission of controlling the remote screen that you can click, and the permission will be granted by me. So you have to click
oh,
that option from your side first.
oh yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
just a second. Yeah, now you can control.
Yes, because I think you have an example earlier. Okay, this one. Yeah, this one. Let me see. For that one. 13579. Okay, that's the E. No, that is the add. Yeah, this is the add. So you want teacher add for the add number for loop and while loop, right, teacher?
Yeah, even numbers for the with the help of for loop and with the help of while loop both.
Okay. For the add that's for the add numbers, and then another one is for the even numbers, four and one loop, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
You
now,
can first perform with the help of for loop, then you can perform with the help of while.
okay. So now I did this, and now I'm gonna use the one. So, eight, and plus three. Two, yes. Three. Then, okay, picture I'm done on the. Okay, I think I know what to do now. Okay, so
Is
this
it
is the
completed?
one. Yes, so I get the odd numbers now. Now I can switch now this one to add even numbers. So this is the odd numbers. Yes, this is the odd numbers. Can I show you my screen, teacher?
Yes.
Okay, can I show you my screen?
Yeah, you can share your screen.
Odd numbers. See
Yeah, now you can share.
yeah, this one. You can see this one. This is the odd numbers. Do you see this, teacher?
Yeah.
It's the for loops, and this is the while loop. So this is the one. Okay, let me control this one now, and then I want to run. So this one is the even numbers, right, teacher? I
They are
know
the
odd
odd
number.
numbers. Huh.
Yeah, that's the odd numbers. And then I wanna close
But you have
this.
to print even numbers.
I can create even numbers in the while also. I okay, I can copy this here to here, so I can change this to 0 and then this 2, and then take it like this. So this one, Control S. So how's that, teacher? To
Yeah,
put
very
this
good.
in. So for the for loop of even numbers, I can change this to make it 1, huh? Ah, yes, I think 1. Right, teacher?
Right?
I, okay, let's try that. Right, teacher. Wait. I think this one, if I copy this, Control C to here, and then make it 1. I think 1. Okay, okay. You should even. There we go. I think no, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this is not one. So if I want to this even, should be 0, huh? No, by 2, by 3.
So whenever you are using one as a step, one will not skip any value. Two number will skip one value, three number will skip two values. What you can do in place of three, you can put two only.
2
In place
only,
of one,
teacher.
in place of first one, you can put two.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. And then, okay, so it's
Yeah, you
not a
can put two.
2, and
And at
then this
last, you
one,
can put
4, 2, 2, huh?
two. Yeah.
So Control S. There we go, teacher.
Okay.
Got it. Thank you, thank you. So establish screen.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is one way of solving the problem. And it
Yes,
is
teacher.
not efficient. Okay, let me show you the efficient one.
Mm-hmm.
Your approach is also good. But what if we add another condition? Let's say we have this one for I in range. We want number from 1 to 100. So I will put 101. And I will just check a condition. If this number I modulus 2 equal 0, then only print I, otherwise not. So inside for loop, I am using a condition, if conditioning. So here I'm checking for the if number is divisible by 2, then it is an even number. So if I run this one, you will notice the even numbers. So this is another
Mm-hmm.
approach of solving the same problem. Okay, so we have many approaches, we have many solutions for solving a single problem. So it is also
Mm-hmm.
providing the even numbers. Same as we can try with the for while loop. Here this number, we will start from 1, then we can use while. This I is less than or equal to 100. Then we can check for the condition. If I is divisible by 2 equal 0, then print I, otherwise don't, and keep on incrementing the value. So this is second way of solving the problem with the help of while. So you can see we have again even numbers. These are all even numbers. Okay, so what if inside the for loop or while loop we can put a if condition like this one? If number is divisible by 2, sorry, 2, it is an even number. If not, then it is not a even number. So this is one way. Your way is also good enough, and this is another way. Okay, so it's your choice. Whichever way you wanted to use, you can use. Is it clear? This method also?
Yes, how about the odd numbers, teacher?
Yeah, for the odd numbers, we can simply put here not equal sign. Right. If the number is not divisible by 2, it is a odd number. So if I run this one, you will notice all the odd number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. These are all odd numbers up to 100.
Mm-hmm.
So it is an odd number. So we can put not equal sign. If the number is divisible by 2, it is an odd number. If the number is not divisible by 2, it is an even number. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
opposite. If a number is divisible by 2, it is a even. If the number is not divisible by 2, it is an odd number.
Correct.
So we put if the number, if whatever the remainder comes, if it is not equal to 0, then it is leaving some remainder. So it is an odd number. And if the number is fully divisible by 2 and it is leaving a 0 as a remainder, then obviously it is divisible by 2. Right. So this modulus will throw the remainder. And if remainder is equal to 0, the number is fully divisible by 2. And if the remainder of any division is not 0, not equal to 0, then the number is odd. For example, if you divide, let's say 3 by 2, so 2, 1. So here when we minus this, 3 into 3 minus 2, 1. So 1 is a remainder here. 1 is a remainder, and this modulus will return remainder only. Now 1 is not equal to 0. So 3 is an odd number. So this is how it is checking. If 0 is equal to 0, then it is an even number. For example, if we divide 2 by 4, 2 into 2, 4. So what is the remainder? 0. 0 is equal to 0, yes. So it is an even number. 4 is an even number. This is how it is checking. So this percentage sign will always return. So this percentage sign will always return remainder part. If the remainder is 0, it is an even number. If a remainder is not 0, it is an odd number. Simple. Okay, so this is a condition. So inside while loop, we are using a condition. This is another one condition, and this is second condition.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it clear?
Clear,
Any
teacher.
questions?
No, teacher. I need to
Okay.
practice more again.
So I will share this TST file. Okay,
Mhm.
let me show you this file. Okay, so this file contains the questions on for loop, okay, and while loop. So I will provide this file. So here we have like multiple questions. Okay, like first question is check a number if divisible by 2 and 3, both or not. It is a question for if or else. This is a question for if or else. And rest all the questions are for loop and while loop. Okay, so I will share this file today. Try to do these questions. These are like this will clear your understanding. These are the questions. It is like based on the string, tuples, list, dictionary, for loop, while loop, everything. So
Okay,
once you
teacher.
practice these questions, you will have a strong grip on all the concepts which we have discussed. And
Yes,
tomorrow
teacher.
we will discuss the answers of these questions. Okay, so I will share this file as well so that you can try
Yes,
it by your own. Is it
yes,
clear?
teacher. Send it to me now. Send teacher the video and then the text files, please, so that I can
Yeah,
practice the.
I will share the video, this test file, and this file is
Yes,
okay.
please, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, and rest we will continue tomorrow.
Yes,
And please
continue
try
tomorrow.
to solve these questions. Okay, just
Yeah,
try
yes,
it.
teacher.
And
Mm-hmm.
if something is not clear, leave it. We will discuss tomorrow. Okay,
Yes, teacher. Thank you again.
okay. Thank you. Have a good
Okay,
day.
bye. You too.